Good morning, Grizzlies. Every time I say good morning to the vlog, that is what goes through my head. Our mascot in high school was a grizzly. So I always say good morning, Grizzlies, because that was how the morning announcement sounded. But guess what today is? It is the last day, the last Monday, not the last day of school, last Monday of the school year. And we're heading into work, sipping on some coffee prematurely. I just felt like having a little bit of coffee in a mug this morning while I got ready. I don't always do that, but I was like, you know what? Last Monday to school year, I'm treating myself. We are gonna be jumping around a little bit today, but I figured let's start a vlog and maybe this will turn into like the full last week of the school year, because every day there's a little bit of something different and fun. I'm just kind of like, well, I don't know where to stop and start. So we're just gonna go for it, okay? Meaning I need to not yap so much because otherwise it makes things so much longer and harder to edit. But I just figured I'd say good morning. We're gonna head in and see what's waiting for us in the speech room. I know we have to do a little bit of like cleanup as far as the speech room goes, shutting it down, all of that. So organization stuff. So yeah, let's go have a good time, okay? Okay, cheers. Summer break is so close. Hello. I didn't know this day was gonna get started on a very sassy note. But your girl's feeling sassy because I walked in. I did the first mistake. I'm making mistakes. I'm walking in making mistakes. First mistake was probably drinking coffee before I left for work. Probably wasn't a good idea. But I also like immediately opened up my email instead of like got settled in, like made a to-do list, which my to-do list is all in my brain right now. But I didn't do the things I should have done. I checked my email and it threw me off. I spiraled. After a transition meeting was held with a different team, because transition meetings mean I'm sending my kids, new SLP, new teachers, new admin, new things. I just got an email basically questioning. I have not responded to the email because this is how I feel, and that is strategy number 1. You don't respond right away. When you're emotional, you don't respond right away. I'm letting it go. I should have let it go a lot quicker, but I didn't. And so now we're actively letting it go. But you know what? School-based SLPs, like and not just school-based, but like when you're dealing with other adults, it gets a little tedious. So basically, what I'm processing is 1, the information I received, because I'm basically being told I didn't do things right, which I trust I did things right. I don't agree with this opinion. I'm also being told how I should do things next year by somebody that is not my boss, okay? Difficult conversations get had when you're working with other adults. It's just how it goes. So I have to respond to this email. I get to respond to this email, but I'm trying to be tactful and professional and not sassy. But like, I did everything right. So my strategy here is not to respond right away, to maybe talk through the email and my frustration with my direct admin, my coordinator, who is the one that can help me make decisions when it comes to the process of these IEP meetings. So, and she's very positive and sweet and very pragmatic. So I think that's a good thing, like to have her in my ear so I'm less feisty. I stay really composed, right? Like, I feel like I do a good job of staying composed, but sometimes the sass is just on fire. And today's one of those days, apparently. So we're going to take a minute. I'm gonna go take a walk away from this email. It's closed out, I'm not staring at it. And let me process and just let it go. I don't even know if I explained that all very well. Okay, let's go take a walk. Currently very grateful for admin that can talk me off a ledge. I knew I needed to call her. That's the gift. That's the gift right there. Like, diffuse the situation, but like validate. Yeah, okay. Anyways, I started my little checkout, and really there's not a whole lot for me because I don't have like the standard classroom. So I don't have like Chromebooks and computer tables and blah, blah, blah. So I really have the last day stuff, like the checkout of like unplug this, don't unplug that. I am going home. I have an after school client, but they canceled. She's not feeling well. So I get to go home a little early today. I didn't really explain this very well, but I came to my second site for a SPED meeting, but we were also saying goodbye to somebody that's going to a different site next year. And then there was a school psych intern who's been amazing to work with, and she's graduating and, done with her internship. So we were celebrating her. It was just like a very celebratory meeting, a very positive, uplifting. I just loved it so much. I love the team at this site. I love the team at both my sites, but at this site, there's just a little bit more of like a heart. Like everybody in this team understands the fact that like our hearts are in this together. Sometimes you feel like not everybody's on the same page, or like not everybody's as interested in being connected. And here it's like very connected, very sweet, and just feeling very grateful. I'm very excited for summer break, but like grateful for the relationships and stuff that I have here. So let's go home and do the Monday night thing. We just got back from a walk, and I intentionally did a phoneless walk. So it was kind of nice because sometimes during our walks, like I just gravitate to looking at my phone, and it was nice to just be present on the walk, chatting with Mark. Right, March?
That's right.
And
it was cool. Oh, you can see me in the mirror. It was cool.
But anyways, we got back from the walk and checked the mailbox, and I had a fun package from some of my favorites. So let's open some Osea together, y'all, because getting PR from them is a literal dream come true. So let's see what it is. Actually, the last thing I got from them, I shared with my mama, and she loves it. It's the body oil, body cream, something else, shower gel maybe. She really likes it. Oh my goodness, this is such a beautiful package. Get out of here. Is this wait, it's all clicking. Okay, this is my favorite ocean cleanser, and this is perfect timing because I'm almost out. I use this as my face wash. It is face wash. It's what I've been using and loving. The texture is so good, and I feel like my skin texture has been way improved as a result, so yay. But then this is new. It's Ocean Wave Cleanser, Cleansing Oil and Makeup Remover. Very cool. And then look, a headband.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I feel like that's just so my vibe.
Yeah.
And then these, I think, are reusable makeup removing pads. Yeah. They're supposed to be what's the term? I don't know. They're just such a much better way to cleanse than using a bunch of like cotton pads, because it's better for the environment, which I love. Thank you, Osea. This is great. Wait, I gotta make it cute and do a little Instagram thank you to them. Hello, good morning. Last Tuesday of the school year. Wow. Less sassy today, so that's fun. I haven't checked my email yet though, but maybe I'm not less sassy today. I have a couple things going on today. I am doing like random little paperwork bits. I just have like some copies to make things to send into the district office. I am also going to an SLP meeting at another school where everybody's meeting to just wrap up the year. So I'm gonna go do that. And then we do like an annual SLP lunch. So we get to just hang out and socialize. So it's a full day, but it's gonna be a very fun day. Probably tomorrow morning, I'm going to be cleaning things out. So we'll get to do that together. But just want to say good morning. And I'm gonna sit here, sip on a little coffee. I have some things to go talk to my principal about. That's what we got going on. Let's do it.
I just wanna go out on a walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. You don't have to tell me anything that's new. I just wanna go out on a walk with you. I just wanna see you settle next to my.
Oh wait, I just need a minute. It is so hot outside. So catching you up, because I've not really talked to you since before I left for the meeting, but we had an SLP meeting, which was long, but good. I don't know, not much report. It's always good to see everybody in person. We don't do that enough as far as our speech team goes, which we used to do it pre-COVID, we did it. And then Zoom became a thing. And it is so much easier, like, because we have to do monthly meetings, but I feel like once a trimester, like 3 times a year, we should meet in person. It's just nice. And for me, it's like, I am very introverted, not gonna lie. Zoom is preferable sometimes. But I do like making connections, and I haven't gotten the chance. So today, after not having an in-person SLP meeting in like 5 years or so, it was so weird feeling to be back in the same room. Yeah, so all in all, very good. And then we did do an SLP lunch after that, which was really fun, and I totally forgot to vlog. It was so sweet and so fun. I got to see my old slippa, like my very first slippa that I ever had. It was good. Then went to grab a coffee because I am going to get some editing done, and I felt like a nice, cold, almost summer treat. Just, you know, treated myself to that. So I'm gonna sip on my lavender latte and knock some editing out before working out and going to improv. I feel a little stressed out. Okay. Being real with you, I feel a little stressed out. I'm also having a fun, like, watery eye allergy situation. I'm about to be running around like a crazy human, like a crazy SLP, like the crazy SLP I am. The smallest things, but sometimes they feel big because of the way it's impacting my schedule. So, and see, that's something, the way I just said that, it's like it's impacting my schedule, but really, it's just my schedule. Basically, I was texted yesterday while I was not near any one of my sites. I was at the SLP meeting, and one of my teachers was like, there's a scratch on the screen protector of an iPad that we're about to send home for summer break for a student, like a student device. And she's like, and it's pretty bad. Like, we need a new screen protector. So I contacted my IMC guy, and I was like, hello, can you change a screen protector tomorrow morning? Today's the last day of preschool. Today's the last day. And he's in the morning session. Also, there's promotion, 5th grade promotions at both these sites that I'm gonna be dodging traffic for because IMC is at my site. Like, I'm so lucky. And this is where it's like, yes, it impacts my schedule, but look how blessed I am. I get to go to my site, pick up the iPad because the teacher was an angel and dropped it off there for me yesterday. So I just have to go take it, walk it down to IMC, but then I'm gonna be dodging all of the promotion traffic to get this iPad back in the student's hands, hopefully within the first hour of the school day, because he needs it. So I don't know what superpower this is going to entail, but I'm about to enact it. What a morning. I don't even know how to explain what happened, but there was a huge mix-up with the iPad that I dropped off, essentially, the student device. And it's something that it's like,
so out of my hands, but like kind of in my hands at the same time because I needed to get an iPad to the student. I don't know how to explain it other than there was a mix-up, and I don't think it was my fault. Although I started to think it might have been my fault, but there's no way it could have been my fault. And it's one of those things where you just kind of have to just trust that, okay, it's out of my hands. It's out of my hands. As long as I advocated, I got my kid the iPad. But it wasn't the same iPad that I turned in this morning that I thought was just getting a screen protector. Something happened, and I don't know what. And I want to put my detective hat on, but there's literally like 24 hours, a little over 24 hours of the school year left. And we're not being a detective. What's really a bummer is I didn't have the backup from the original iPad I turned in and then couldn't access it once I was given a different iPad. So I had to like rush so much to try and get everything that was on that student's iPad onto the new iPad before going home. Like I had less than an hour to get all that done by the time I got this device. Like so many things. So sorry I didn't fill you in sooner. It's just been a whirlwind. However, I got to see my team at the other site. I'm actually gonna see them again tomorrow, but it was nice to see them and see my kids there for the last time this school year. So I've officially gotten, because of this whole thing, gotten to spend time with all of my kids, all of them, today on their last day. So that has been so sweet. I'm very grateful for that. And I still have a couple hours of work left. And so what I'm gonna start doing is a little bit of organization and cleaning in here.
Life update. I stopped vlogging when we started eating dinner because Mark was playing a very important tournament, and we have been sitting here for 2 hours.
Has it been that long?
Because I don't know, I feel like I was just in it with him, watching him play.
Yeah, she was there.
And, well, he won the tournament. So what does that mean?
I gotta see you at the main event, WSLP!
Yay! We're so excited. Anyways.
2025?
2025. So just a quick update for you. It's been quite an exciting night.
It's currently 8:49 p.m.
Yeah, I'm nowhere near going to bed, but you know what? Tomorrow's the last day of school for me. So we're just gonna celebrate.
Wow. Oh yeah, and now you're on summer basically? Wow. Pretty sweet.
Oh my gosh, breakfast burritos tomorrow?
Yes. Or sushi.
Or sushi? Okay, we gotta call family.
Alright, we gotta call people.
Okay, it's that last day of the school year vibe. We're gonna go to one of our sites where I don't have an office, my SLP and I, clean everything out of there so that way we can just kind of take inventory and get organized. We're gonna like pack everything up, take it to our speech room, unload it, get some random things, the end of the year checklist things completely done for my school site, and then we're done. So it's gonna be a very easy day. Vlog as much as I can, but really the fun begins, the summer fun begins at 1:30 today, which is so exciting. I am still on such a high and I can't really focus because of last night and Mark winning his ticket. That was so fun. Let's head to work on the last day of the 2024-2025 school year. Boom, boom. and we're sipping on a nice matcha. And I am finishing this YouTube video that's supposed to go up tomorrow, which is my goal for the next hour, just to finish this and work out. And then word on the street is Mark and I are doing breakfast burritos for dinner, so I'm super excited about that. And also later, I do want to chat with you, like I was saying, about just reflections from the year and, you know, maybe going through a couple of the ways I feel I've grown, things I could improve upon, and yeah, we'll just have a nice little reflective moment. But I gotta get this vlog uploaded to YouTube. That is the first thing on my to-do list.
My breakfast burrito day.
We have breakfast burritos. Heck, whoop, yes.
Elimination on Central, so we already lost 24 players.
Yeah, the sausage is good. Sasha and I have just been chilling. My internal clock woke me up at 6 o'clock this morning, although I did fall asleep at like 10. So I got 8 hours of sleep. I still sound tired because I've just literally spent the last like 2 hours, 3 hours now, almost 3 hours, well, making coffee and chilling on the couch, journaling. I haven't been journaling for 3 hours, but I've, you know, did little content stuff, just took the morning extremely slow. Like, it's been a very, very slow morning, which is everything I was looking forward to today. But I thought we could end off this little vlog, reflections that I've done for the school year. So what I did was break up my, like, reflection into 3 parts. So some things I'm grateful for from the school year, ways that I grew this school year, and then goals that I have going forward, knowing what I know now. And the thing about the goals that I wrote, it's not like goals I have for next school year. I look at more as just, how am I growing? What are my intentions as I grow as both a clinician and a human? I think it's really important. I'm a person that just really enjoys growing. I have learned to enjoy making mistakes and learning through them, and understanding that I'm not going to be done making mistakes. I'm not going to be done learning. I'm not going to be done growing. How cute are you right now? So gratitudes I have from the school year. The first thing I wrote, top of my list, my kids. I'm gonna cry. I cried writing this. It didn't hit me until yesterday, and yesterday we didn't have preschoolers. Wednesday was their last day. It didn't hit me when I walked into the classrooms and they were empty, when there were kids on campus, that my kids are growing. Some of them are done with preschool. Some of them are coming back. I did say goodbye Wednesday, but it didn't hit me until yesterday. I don't know how to really put this into words, but I just am so grateful for my kids. I wouldn't do this job if I didn't have them. A special place, I think, for all speech pathologists in the schools. I think we all have our different, you know, some of us like middle school, some of us like high school. Some of us feel really plugged in preschool, and that's where I feel plugged in, and I feel I make the connections that give me the challenges, give me the fulfillment in this role that I want, and that I don't even expect sometimes. There's just a lot that unfolds in the preschool world, and I love it. I love every single bit of it. It's because of them. It's because of my kids. It's because of what they teach me. Whether I have them for, you know, some of them I've had for the last 3 weeks. They started late, and that's okay. Whether I just assess them, like, I get to make these connections with the students, not only them, but their families. I get to, you know, work through some things to help them with the teachers that, you know, we all are working together with. Like, it's just an amazing role. And I know, you know, I get questions all the time, like how I stay positive. Sometimes it does get challenging, right? And I'm just like, it's because I look at them and I can't see past this, like this connection, this growth, this little human that is just amazing. It's just a precious, precious thing for me. And I'm so privileged to get to know them. Yeah, just very lucky, very blessed, very grateful. So hold please, let me just have another moment. Next on my list of gratitudes, getting to work with my amazing teams. I work with 2 amazing teams because I'm at 2 different sites. And on those teams are, you know, my special education teachers, my general education teachers in the preschool classrooms, the IAs, instructional aides. I have to first and foremost say my SLPA. I mean, I work with one of my dearest friends. Like, we've just become dear friends throughout all these shenanigans in the last few whatever years, and she is a rock for me. I've, have real friendships with these teams that I work with. So it's just like, I'm going to miss them. I already do. Like, it's weird. Last year I don't remember feeling this emotional about the end of a year, but this year I'm kind of like, I feel like just every year we grow more connected. I felt way more plugged into the classrooms this year with all the AAC stuff and everything. So I think that it's been, and I think there's been a lot of like life things happening for all of us. We've just all had moments outside of work to connect, like, or to talk about things outside of work. I mean, yeah, like, it's just amazing. So grateful for the people that I work with. And then the opportunities to present. I did the Colexi conference. We're going to try and go back this year, but last October in San Diego. And then Kasha, both of those were my first ever like live presentations, trainings for something that like I'm still such a novice in with AAC. So that was really cool. I'm just grateful for the girls that my teammates, which they also are part of the list of teams when I think of like my preschool SLPs, the gratitude for them. We've come a long way as a group, and I'm very grateful for that. Getting to present with them was amazing. If you haven't seen those vlogs, there's vlogs for both of those presentations, and it's just kind of fun to look back and be like, wow, I have documentation of my thoughts and getting to do that, and all the nervous excitement, and just, it was great because that's something that's, been on my list since 2020. It was getting to present. I never thought Kasha, but at least do like some kind of a training presentation, and now we've submitted for Asha, so it's like wild to me. Okay, going on to how I grew this school year. This is probably my favorite part to just reflect on, but again, kind of going back to those presentations, but presenting for the first time live twice for, again, something that I've not felt very proficient in. But I mean, you kind of learn as you go. And that's what I love about being a speech pathologist. Like, you get to just learn as you go, and then you could talk about what you're learning and teach other people while you're learning it. And that's kind of how it goes. Getting to just do that really pushed me in so many ways. I learned a lot about myself as an adult. I was an adult in grad school, but a beyond grad school professional in doing group projects. I learned a lot, like, especially in like the technical side of like AAC and stuff like that pushed me, because presenting and doing more research and stuff pushed me a lot. But then also like just the letting go of fear thing, like the using some of my improv skills for these presentations thing. Like, there was just so much that it pushed me to do, and ultimately like finding the fun in it, in all of the things. And me and my team had so much fun doing these presentations, and it's just such a cool thing to kind of check off the bucket list and just look at, be like, wow, like, I didn't see that coming. I didn't have that on my bingo card for this school year. It kind of just happened organically, and we just kind of kept, life kept throwing it out there, and we said, okay, let's just try. And then things kept getting picked up. And so it's very cool being able to like stand up there and take a question and not know how to answer it. Like, there were little things like that where I just like was like, wow, I could really freak out right now. But like the trust, it's like an improv scene. You have trust that I have these two other really amazing SLPs with me that are gonna help me and support me, and they did, and we all worked together very well. Kind of with that, like, just this year I spent a lot of time learning about AAC implementation. I did the previous year too, but I was like in the training that year, and then this year I was like doing it on my own, just kind of figuring it out as I go. And I feel like I learned a lot about collaborating with other professionals and helping coach. I don't think I did the best I could have done because I was learning how to, and I was also managing my own caseload at the same time. But I did, learn processes like of how to do those things, or maybe learn how, when somebody has no confidence with AAC, like how to support them, how to implement it for 3-year-olds that want nothing to do with it. But then start to, have those little magical clicking moments, and you realize like, yeah, no, they get it. Like, they're using it. Yeah, there is just so many moments that I learned when it came to that. I think a big thing for me this year, and I think this goes for just being a human, but through those things, through like the presentations and the AAC implementation, I learned a lot. Like, I had tears multiple times over this in understanding my brain and how I process and how I complete tasks. I've known like when I compare myself to like the more type A, very organized SLPs, I'm an organized person for the most part. But then when I like get into situations where I'm with others, I'm not. I'm like the least, like most type B SLP. I'm the least organized, most type B SLP in the room a lot of the time. I think I'm the most like, it's okay. It's gonna work out. And I felt a couple times like maybe that's a shortcoming for me because maybe I'm just relying on the more organized type A people to handle it. But sometimes like I realize I'm not processing fast enough to be able to execute these things that they're now like, they think of it, they say, let's do it. And then I'm like, okay. And I need time to process and figure out how to do it. And then by the time I figured out how to do it, other people have already done it. Like that's me, that's my brain. So I've learned just a lot about that and that it's okay. That's the big takeaway for me, that it's okay that my brain works differently, that I process things differently, that I can, you know, still get things done. And and we'll get into maybe how I can kind of goals I have for the future, but I learned how to start advocating for that a little bit more and like letting people know like, hey, like I'm on board, let me handle this task and like don't do it for me because I can do it. But yeah, so that's just been a big piece for me in my learning and my little journey here, and I'm grateful for it. I hope that makes sense, but that's been honestly like probably my biggest growth this year. Another really big area, again, goes more along just with, you know, kind of global human/clinician stuff, but letting go. I haven't talked about it a lot in the last few months, but I mean, if you know me at all, or if you've watched any of my vlogs, there's always kind of an element of me talking about, not always, not again, not in the last few months I feel like, but I want to get better at this. But I talk a lot about, you know, just that idea. And I think that's why my brain does work differently, because I'm way more like, okay, well, let's let this go. Let's not stress out over this. And I feel like I've been way more conscious of those moments when I am letting go. Sometimes I'm like, whoa, I let that go without even thinking about it. Like those little stressors that can come up through the day. Am I perfect at it? Absolutely not. But I've done a really good job, I think, because of that practice, because of the things that I do. Like I love The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer, and I always reflect on his teachings. I always listen to his podcasts, and it's helped me a lot just with processing information, which is why maybe I feel like I process things differently, but it's helped me stay aware of my energy. So in those moments I am unable to let things go, that happened a couple times at the beginning of this week, you already know this, I'm very aware of my energy, and I'm very aware of what I need to do then in order to help me get to that point of letting go. And it works. Like, and so I think just in that area of growth, I feel like I've just been able to stay more present. Again, not perfect at it, but feeling pretty good about it, you know? I do want to talk to you about just knowing what I know now. What are some of my intentions going forward, which it kind of blends in with like the ways that I've grown. And so one of the ways is to continue getting better at collaborating for AAC. Now that I like kind of have done a full school year of implementing, assessing kids, working with teams that are outside of preschool too, I am learning how I would want to better support, how I could be more of a coach versus just somebody that hands a device off. It's funny because this is one of the ways I know I take more time to process, because like some of my other team members on the AAC team, like they would do it one time and figure out what needed to be done. I needed to do it for like a full year to figure out how I could better do it next year. It's just, things take a little longer, and it's okay. It's okay to be on your own timeline. Continuing to stay balanced, continuing to stay aware of my energy, just basically like all these things that I've learned or things that I'm growing through, like continuing to grow through them. When it comes to balance, like Mark and I are gonna start, actually, I'm gonna go get the wedding book right now after I end this vlog, because we are gonna start wedding planning this summer, and maybe we'll get the whole wedding planned this summer. I don't know. We don't know any of our timelines yet. I'm excited. Let me know in the comments if you want to see wedding content here, like planning content, dress shopping, all that. I would love to do it, but I don't want to like be like over the top with it. But it is a part of my life. It's what we're doing. We have no idea what's going on with the wedding. We're gonna start talking about it. So I could be planning into the beginning of the school year or getting ready for it or whatever. And I'll need to stay balanced. That's how I'm gonna end off my little reflection is thinking about wedding planning, because honestly, summer break 2025 is officially here, and that's my next thing that I want to do this morning. So I'll also be just this, like, we will be together a lot, and I can't wait, honestly. She's the best. Anyways, that's it. That's the last week of the 2024-2025 school year. Thank you for spending it with me. Thank you for spending this whole year with me. Why am I crying? I love what I do. I think it's obvious. I'm gonna miss my kids. It has been a good year. There's been so much growth, and I think it makes me emotional because I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, and I feel so privileged to get to do what I do every day for 180 days. I get to see you in a vlog very soon. I'm just so flippin' grateful that you're here and that we've gotten to spend the last, 10 months together, and we'll continue to spend more. Okay, I need to shut up. I need to go. What a year. What a year.